Hey there, I'm so happy you're here. I have a great holiday recipe for you today. This is a delicious treat I have been making for years around the holidays for my family and to give as gifts. Now, in my last video, we made peanut butter balls and chocolate covered cherries to go in our gift boxes. And today we are making white chocolate covered coconut balls, or some people call them coconut bonbons. So grab a paper and pencil and let's get started. Now let's take a look at some of the things that we're going to need. We're going to need powdered sugar, sweetened condensed milk, but if you really want to increase that coconut flavor, Walmart has a sweetened condensed coconut milk you could substitute instead. Now you can get that in the baking aisle at Walmart. Some other ingredients that we're going to need are butter, vanilla extract, coconut flakes, 1/4 of a bar of paraffin wax, which is optional. You don't have to use that if you don't want to. And 3 white chocolate bars. I like using the white chocolate. You can buy the white Premier morsels, but they aren't true white chocolate. To see if it's white chocolate, check the ingredients on the back. If it has cocoa butter in it, then it's true white chocolate. Now, if this doesn't matter to you, you can pick up any kind that you like. You could also use milk chocolate or dark chocolate instead. Now, unlike our peanut butter balls and our chocolate covered cherries where we soften the butter, today we are actually going to melt the butter. We need 1/3 a cup, which is around 5½ tablespoons. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, that looks good. All right, I've got my butter. I'm going to pour that in my bowl. Okay, I've got my sweetened condensed milk, or if you're using that sweetened condensed coconut milk, I'm going to add that right now. Okay, we're going to stir that up a little bit. Now you just want to stir it till it's well combined, and then we're going to start adding in our coconut just a little bit at a time. Okay, then let's put our 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We've got our 14-ounce package of sweetened coconut. Add in my coconut slowly. I just keep adding coconut and stirring. Now this gets a little tough to stir, so you really got to hang in there with it. Now that was the last of my coconuts. I'm going to make sure I get that well incorporated, and then I'm going to start adding in my powdered sugar a little bit at a time. And it is going to be thick, so just keep stirring. I have 3.5 cups ready to go. Now I'm adding powdered sugar. I'm stirring. And then once I get that mixed in, I'm adding more powdered sugar. And I'm going to continue that process until I use up my powdered sugar. That was the last of my powdered sugar. I'm going to mix this up. Once my powdered sugar is thoroughly mixed, it will be sticky, and we want that. We want a nice soft center in our candy. Now we're going to refrigerate this for about 30 minutes. This will stiffen up the mixture so it can be handled. So I'm going to pop it in the refrigerator for around 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, put my block of wax here. I'm going to use just about 1/4 of a bar. We're going to shred that and get it ready for our white chocolate. Got my shredder here. Okay, we're going to toss this piece because I don't want to hurt my hand. I'm going to set this aside. Now, either before you begin or while the coconut mixture is chilling in the fridge, be sure you have 2 small pans covered in parchment paper ready to go, because this is what we are going to place the coconut balls on, and we're going to put those in the freezer and let them chill for a while. Now, if you don't have a pan, you can always use a plate or a dish and grease the bottom with some butter, and that will work fine. It just has to be able to fit in your freezer. Now, our coconut mixture is a bit stickier than the chocolate-covered cherries we made and the peanut butter balls mixture. So I always have a little bowl of powdered sugar placed right beside where I'm rolling. If I need to dip my hands in it to help roll it, it helps. Or you can keep a little bit of butter in a bowl next to you and you can grease your hands with it if it starts getting sticky. I find as long as the mixture stays good and chilled, I don't have any problems. All right, I've got my mixture out. It's been chilling in the fridge for about 40 minutes. I've got some powdered sugar here on the side just in case I need it. I've also got my pans ready to go beside my bowl. And I have a paper towel handy because these are messier than the others we made. All right, I'm going to get a little scoop with my spoon. I'm going to start rolling. About a 1-inch ball, because remember we're going to cover it with that white chocolate, and it will make them even bigger. So I'll get another scoop. Now sometimes this can get a little sticky on your hands, and I have had to go wash mine off a little bit. Start again. Like I said, you can put a little powdered sugar on it, but I don't want to put too much because I want to make sure that I don't over sweeten it. They're already sweetened enough. Also, if you had some almonds or pieces of almond and you wanted to put that right in the middle, you could make yourself a nice little treat with nuts. And you just roll them up, just like I did here. And then you place them on the pan. Because remember, we're going to freeze these so that we'll be able to cover them with our white chocolate. You can always pop this back in the refrigerator if it gets too mushy. Now I'm going to continue rolling these up and placing them on my pan until I get the first pan done. And then I'm going to pop that one in the freezer. I did have to pop this back in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes because it got a little mushy and started sticking to my hands. It's really hot here right now, so you kind of got to work a little bit fast. My first batch is ready, and I'm going to pop those in the freezer. I've started working on my second batch, and as soon as those are finished, they're going in the freezer. This is the last one. We're heading into the freezer. Okay guys, I've got my double boiler on, and I've got my water heating up, and I've got my temperature turned down to low. We're going to start putting in our white chocolate. And I'm also going to add in all those shavings. Now remember, you don't have to use the wax if you don't want to. It's up to you. I like to use the paraffin because it thins the chocolate and it gives a fancy shine to the candy. If you decide not to use the paraffin, be sure you have an extra bag of chocolate on hand or extra bars if you're using the white chocolate. And while I'm waiting for my chocolate to melt, I always get out a paper towel, a small spoon, and 8 to 10 toothpicks. And I place that on the side so they are handy and ready to use when I start covering the coconut balls with chocolate. As you can see, my chocolate is almost melted. I'm going to keep stirring till it's smooth. My water's starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn off my heat. My white chocolate is ready. I'm grabbing my first batch. I'm getting my toothpick ready. Okay, I am placing my toothpick down in one of my coconut balls, and I'm taking that and I'm taking my spoon and I'm going to hang it over the top and spoon chocolate all the way around it. Make sure you are turning the coconut ball and spooning chocolate all the way around. Don't forget the bottom, and then let it drip off back into the pan as much as possible because you want to save some of that chocolate for the other ones. Now I'm moving on to my next one. I'll put my toothpick in and I'm going to pull it out and repeat the same process over top of the chocolate. I like to dab the excess chocolate to fill up that toothpick hole. I can also use my spoon. Now I'm going to continue this same process until I get all of my coconut balls finished and covered in white chocolate. Okay, this batch is done. I'm going to set it aside and grab the next one. Now this is the last one for the last batch. I'm taking my spoon and I'm getting some excess chocolate and I'm spooning over the top of my coconut balls to fill in those toothpick holes. All right, here is the last batch. It's finished. These turned out beautifully. We made about 50 of these. I'm going to come back and I'm going to serve these up. All right, guys, here are our delicious coconut balls. They turned out beautifully. That wonderful, soft, coconutty center wrapped in that creamy white chocolate is so good. If you love coconut, this recipe is going to be one of your favorites. Time for a taste test. Good. My Christmas coffee goes perfect with these treats, and that recipe is coming up soon. Now I'm going to add these to my gift boxes with the chocolate covered cherries recipe and the peanut butter balls recipe that you can find on my channel. All right, I have a little box here that you can get at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to put a few little treats in my gift boxes. First, I'm going to get a couple of my coconut bonbons. I can put them in the little paper cups if I want. I'm placing some of my peanut butter balls in there and some of my chocolate covered cherries as well. Now, you don't have to use the little paper cups if you don't want to, and you probably fit more in the box without them. These make great little gifts for coworkers or friends or your child's teacher. I love to store mine in Christmas containers in the fridge. They're also great to pull out and offer to guests around the holidays. I've got my peanut butter balls stored in a glass container with a lid, and as you can see, they're almost gone. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I hope it becomes one of your favorites, as it has been in my family for years. Thank you to all of my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate it if you would. Be sure to like this video and set the bell so that you will know when I put up another video. Now, these recipes are in my holiday food series, which is ongoing, so stay tuned for that and my next holiday video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.